All right, we are live. What's going on, T-shirt millionaires? I'm Charles Smith III, the host of the T-shirt millionaires live show, and today we have the creator of a dope brand. It's called 100Brawn. His name is DeShawn Pennix. Basically, this guy creates brands for the big guys. You know what I'm saying? So, with me being the big guy, I can truly appreciate it, and I love to go ahead and get into his origin story. He's also grown a great following on TikTok. And so we're going to get into all the things that makes his brand great. As always, I know that this is going to be informational as well as inspirational. And y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in for the whole episode. I know it's going to be full of games. So without further ado, let's go ahead to this intro and get into a great conversation with DeShawn Pennix of 100 Brawn. All right, what's going on, T-shirt millionaires? I'm Charles Smith III. DeShawn, what's going on, family?
What's up? What's up?
How you doing, man? You good over there?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Absolutely, fam. Well, look, bro, I truly appreciate you hopping in, man. And we got everybody coming to show up, man. People saying hello, Tony. Good evening, Antoinette, Women in Forensics. Hey, everyone. Everybody tuned in. So really looking forward to tap into your story, bro. But before we go deep into this, let the people know who you are, man. Give a quick introduction.
So pretty much, my name is DeShawn. I'm the owner of 100Brawn. We are a big man brand for the brawn guy, and we have sizes XL to 5XL. Just wanted to create a brand that's more size inclusive and kind of change that lane in the fashion industry, and just give big boys that plug.
Word. Says this your first t-shirt brand?
No, it's not. It's not my first t-shirt brand. This is my second.
Wow. So okay, we're gonna get into the origin story in a minute. But everybody who's on right now, you see that I got my 100 Brawn on. DeShawn sent this back to me months ago. I did the unboxings on the show, and so this was one of them. And so at that very point in time when I got your stuff, bro, I was like, this is dope. We went to the website. I saw it's for the big dudes. And so me being a big dude, I know how it is. You know what I'm saying? My weight that went up and down millions of times. And you go into the store, you like, man, I like that shirt. I like that fit, but I can't wear it. They ain't got it in my size. So when I saw that, I was like, man, he's niching down and catering. I've never seen anybody cater to a group of men based on size. So tell me about your first t-shirt brand and then how that transitioned to what you're doing right now.
So pretty much I had another streetwear brand called Loyal Kingdom. I had it when I was in college. So this was back in the day when like big cartel was a thing, like Shopify wasn't like, really how it is today and stuff like that.
Right.
And so pretty much I had a brand then. I didn't have a niche or no type of way to go about it and stuff like that. And I was just selling to everybody. Like it just didn't make no sense. So I was kind of like following the wave of everybody, like having a clothing brand and stuff like that. We had some success, people know who, like who I was, and they were supporting me and things like that, but it really wasn't no direction. So I just focused on school, just gave it up. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to do this no more. But clothing brand like just kept coming back in my head, and I was like, I kind of had a little bit of PTSD from it. Yeah. And I was just like, I don't know if I want to go back down that route. I don't know what to do. The last one, it wasn't moving how I wanted to move. Right. I was putting too much money in it. Well, if you're gonna go that route, what could you possibly do? And then at that time, like, going to college, stressed out, I gained some weight, so I was really, really, really a big boy. I was always husky, but right. I was really a big boy. So I was like, dang, it ain't really no clothes for me and stuff like that. And all the big boy brands wanted me to dress like somebody's dad. And I was just like, I can't do that. I can't do that. Wow. Yeah. So I was like, I want to do a big boy brand. I was thinking about it for 2 years before I started. And then here we are.
Dang, that's crazy. So for your first brand, like, what do you feel like? Why do you feel like it wasn't moving? Like, where do you feel like you went wrong when you look back?
So I felt like I was doing a lot of things to satisfy like me and my ego and stuff like that. I feel like I had a clothing brand for like the wrong reasons and stuff like that. You know, it was the cool thing to do. Everybody had a clothing brand. You know, entrepreneur was starting to become hot and everything like that. Oh, he's an entrepreneur, da 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 da. And that's how that went. So pretty much I was doing it for the wrong reasons, and then you know.
Right. Well, I think that's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? That you look back and you like you was doing it for the wrong reasons. And I want to ask you these questions because there's somebody out here right now who may have been doing it for the wrong reasons, or they're at a place where their brand isn't moving like your first one was, and maybe they should pivot. So what kind of gave you, but sometimes, you know, we just kind of stick with it too long. What made you be like, okay, this one that I'm doing right now, I'm just going to throw this one out the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to try anymore because I feel like that's a fine line. So kind of like, what was that turning point for you?
The turning point for me was I was just doing stuff and it didn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like nothing was intentional. It was just, I was just doing it. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like, you know, I was younger then. I'm a little bit older now, so I understand things a little bit different. My lens, you know, my perspective is different. Right. So, you know, one thing in business that I've learned is that you have to be intentional with literally everything that you do. Like that, something has to serve a purpose, and I couldn't tell you the purpose of my first brand.
Ah, that's big. That's big. No pun intended. So, all right. So you ended up switching, just like our guy, you know what I'm saying, Mr. D Woods, premier street brand that promotes size inclusivity, right? How did you come up with 100Brawn? Tell me about the meaning behind the name 100Brawn.
So I was, you know, just pondering. I was like, what is a good way that I can create a name that sounds like my target audience without calling them things that they may find like, you know, offensive or it's like derogatory, you know what I mean? Right. So what I've noticed about other brands that may cater to big guys, like they like to use the word like big or like fat or things like that. And I was like, what's a cool way like that I can, you know, put emphasis, you know, like, hey, we are larger stature guys, but it just sounds like dope. You know what I mean? Right. So, you know, brawn, like when you look up the definition of brawn, it's pretty much like strong, like he's husky, you know, things like that. And then 100 is just means 100%. You put them together, you get 100Brawn.
100, that's fire, bro. Okay, all right. So you got the brawn and then you got the 100%. So I like how you put that together. And so when you ended up, what year are we talking about, bro? What year was this?
So I started last June. So probably like around like April, a little bit before April and stuff like that. That's when I came up with the name.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah. I can hear you. So you started in the middle of pandemic. So what made you like? All right, fam, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Yo.
Yeah.
You good? You there?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
All right, I'm trying to. I don't know. It kept going in and out on me. It said people said it's frozen. Okay, we should be back, but you started in the middle of a pandemic. So talk to me, like, what were you thinking around that time back in June? You know what I'm saying, and starting a brand, because some people were just trying to figure stuff out.
Right. Well, like I said before, like 100Brawn was like 2 years in the making, so it was already like on my mind and stuff like that. So, you know, I just kept pondering on it. Like I would talk to like my family, my friends, and I'd be like, you know, the entrepreneurship just keep coming back. And then when the pandemic came, like things slowed down. Like I had nothing but time. I was like, I was a little bit frustrated. I was like, I really just need to do something. And then I have a friend who has a very successful clothing brand as well. And she was like, we talked about it before. I definitely think you should go in the route of like, catering to the big dudes and stuff like that. And I'll be your mentor and I'll coach you, all through the way. And I was like, all right, bet. And, I just hit the ground running during the pandemic. I was a little scared because we was in the pandemic. Right. How was I going to do this? And then I kept seeing posts saying like the best time to start a brand is when everybody panicking. So I just came out swinging and then just, that's what it was.
That's dope, man. So, I mean, and that's real cool too that, you had a mentor, you had somebody to guide you. I know that was probably like invaluable to you at that point in time. So when you started up, bro, like what were some of the first steps that you took in them early stages? Did you get stuff made? Did you go build a website? Like how did you kind of approach the development of the brand?
So, my mentor, Ashley from Tones of Melanin. So she was like, all right, so we actually had brands at the same time. So that wasn't her first brand either. So pretty much she was just like, all right, we can't do things like we did back when we was in college and stuff like that. Like Big Cartel, it's 100% no. Like Shopify all the way. So I got hip to the Shopify stuff. I was already familiar with certain, like T-shirt blanks and stuff like that. Like SNS, certain things like that or whatever. Right. But I just started designing, trying to figure out, what does this brand going to look like? How am I going to set myself apart from everybody else? And then that was it.
How'd you figure out like what's the brand going to look like? How'd you approach that?
So I'm a 90s enthusiast, so I do like that time frame era, whatever. So I was looking like, like what was the heat? So I remember like I love watching 90s videos. So I just went down like a rabbit hole and just watching, everybody, looking at the colors, watching old, 112 videos, just, black on black, certain things like that, like the primary colors, and just went down a rabbit hole and just started just designing based upon like what I see and just put my spin on it, how I would do it better. What will my target audience, like, and then I just took it from there.
That's hard, man. I think that's a huge part of the conversation, and that's one that I definitely want to have more with guests that come on, and just on the show. Period is like the brand development, right? And so just hearing you talk about that, I think is so dope, and I think so many people who are listening to this conversation now, especially at the beginning stages, because this was a lot what this show is about. People who are just starting, giving them game and jewels on how to get moving. But think about things that you love. Think about different concepts. You said that you were inspired by the 90s. So you already had a direction. Then you went to the source, started looking at videos, all type of inspiration. And then you grab from that and put your own spin on it. And I think that probably goes for so many different, brand owners. Like, what is your reference point and how can you, make it your own? And so I think that's just fire, bro. And I guess this is kind of like how this originated, right? Just, the stripe.
So it's funny that you wearing this hoodie. So
yeah,
what inspired this specific hoodie that you have on is actually my baby picture, right? So my mom, I had on I think I had on a New York cap. I had on that hoodie with that same color scheme and some jeans. I was like, you know what? I would wear that same outfit today. And I was like, bet. I went downstairs, I put my spin on it, and that was one of our best sellers. They still ask for that today. And I don't like making that hoodie at all.
Yeah, that's fire, bro. Okay. All right, cool. So you went through, you switched over, you got the Shopify, you moving through. So like how many like pieces of clothing did you have when you opened the brand up and you launched it?
I think I had about like 3 to 5 different designs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 to 5.
Cool. So you had about 3 to 5. And out of that 3 to 5, were people like mostly buying all of them, or did you have maybe a 1 or 2 that did the best? Like, talk to me about that.
So I say my first couple designs, I can't really tell you if it was because I was spanking brand new or they didn't like the designs or whatever, but I feel like once I started getting into more like intricate pieces and doing more cut and sew stuff, I felt like people started, levitating to it more, and it started to make sense. And then it helped everything else come into play. So when I dropped like those hoodies the very first time, I can never keep them in stock, especially to this day.
Wow. They moving. So somebody asked, shout out. Let me see. Hold on. I think I saw in the chat real quick. Okay, I think we right here. So Trish, Unbossed Apparel. What's going on, Trish? So she said, how were you able to find the garments at that size in the middle of the pandemic?
So like Google. So a lot of the people that was coming up in apparel, they only sell small to XL or 2XL. You can find those sizes pretty much anywhere. Right. Once you start going to 3 or past that, you know what I mean? It's hard. So I was like just Googling like 3XL hoodie, this and then some manufacturers will come up, or some like t-shirt brands like S&S and other stuff will pop up, and then they will have the certain things that I was looking for in that size. But even them, they still don't really have the things that I need compared to everything else. So a lot of the things that I can't get from like those type of companies, I would do 100% cut and sew.
Yeah. And did you do cut and sew here in the States, or did you do it internationally?
So I have an international manufacturer.
That's fire. Yeah, I was wondering that. That's what I wanted to ask, because stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you ain't gonna find this at no S&S or Alpha Brody, you know what I'm saying? So I was figuring you was, going somewhere else. So that's fire. So when you started doing, like the international and getting it done outside of the country, like, was that a new process for you, or had you done something before? Or did your mentor do that?
Learning curve all the way. Yeah. Like I taught myself from scratch the whole time. My manufacturer, she told me like what her process looked like. Even though she taught me her process, my process was totally different, because I make clothes for the big guys. So, the process how she would do it would be different for me, because I have to consider things that I go through like as a big guy when I'm, buying clothes and stuff like that. Right. So I had to learn certain things. I had to teach myself how to measure clothes. Wow. I had to, teach myself how to make tech packs, like how to communicate with your manufacturers and stuff. If I can't design the item of clothes myself, who do I go to make the mock-up for me? Things like that. Or, or just teaching myself like how to make the mock-ups. If, my business at the time, our funds was allocated for something else, just learning what that process looks like and teaching myself and, maximizing the information that I have.
That's fire, bro. That's fire. So when you first did it, did you just go ahead and order a lot, or did you get samples and have to send back and forth? Like how fast did you get in just like ordering bulk?
So I made a rookie move, right? A rookie move. So I got something designed and I sent a lot of money without getting a sample.
Oh, talk to me, bro. What happened, man?
My stuff came back. It was so janky. It was nothing what I imagined. You know what I mean? And not that the manufacturer like scammed me or anything like that. It was just like a rookie thing to do, to not get a sample and to see what the capabilities were, or is this even, functional? You know what I mean? So I sent this. Can you hear me?
Man.
All right. You can hear me?
I'm here, bro.
Yeah. So I sent my first stimulus check over there. And then the stuff came back and I was like, what is this? I was hot. Like I was crying for like 3 days. Like that was one of the first moments where I actually wanted to like quit my business, because I was like, I thought, I told him what I wanted. I thought it was simple for him to understand. There's also a language barrier when you're talking to people from a different country and stuff like that. So I was like, I was hot. I was crying to my coach, my mom. And she was like, I don't know if this is for you, if you're going to keep doing this, da-da-da-da-da. So when she told me that, I was just like, you know what? I just got to keep going, and this is what it is.
Bro said he cried about 3 days on that. Hey, it was a lot of inventory too. You said you sent the stimulus over, bro.
I sent the stimmy over there.
Oh man. Hey, well, listen. The thing is this, bro. I respect it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because see, these are the things that as entrepreneurs, you know, we go off and we want things to be as good as possible, but we run into roadblocks. And that was a huge roadblock to where it wasn't no small. You spent good money, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't come back right. So that happened, bro. What month was that last year?
That was like July, because it was summertime. It was shorts. It was reversible shorts. Right. And I got them back, and I was just like, this ain't it. This
right. Yeah. Right. So you took a financial hit, but you know, you chose to keep moving. So what you do with that stuff? You just threw it out. What you do with that stuff?
So I kept some of it as a visual, like you're gonna learn from this $1,500, you know what I'm saying, mistake. Right. And some of them I think like I had threw away or like I had donated like to the Goodwill or something like that. But I was just a friend that does clothes too. She was like, nah, just don't do that again. But I kept some every time I would go where my business space is, and I would see it, and it would just make me hot.
Right. Wow. Hey man, well, hey, you went through it and you came out of it. So at that point in time, you know, you got this bad inventory. You really can't do anything with it. So what happened then? Did you still work with that same manufacturer? You switched?
Nope. I cut them off right then and there. Right. I was like, you know, I let them know like my experiences and stuff like that. And it was just the end of that.
Right. Yeah, man. So that's wild. Hey, that's crazy, bro. Like that's something like that. It didn't happen to me like in a full thing, but there was a manufacturer this year. I had some t-shirt millionaire stuff. I wanted to get like the Chanel patches and stuff like that. And man, they were just sending me the pictures of, you know, what it was. And the pink was looking red and it was the wrong colors and all this type of stuff. But it was like, it's okay. It's the first sample. But do you want to go ahead and order, you know what I'm saying, a bigger order? I'm like, no, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least say, let me send you some different samples with different colors. But at that point in time, I was just like, no, bro, go ahead and keep that. I don't even want that. So that's wild, fam. That's wild. So somebody asked, like, the tech packs. So you ended up finding somebody else. But as far as the tech packs, you did them all or did you outsource them to somebody else?
So it depends on, like, what it is. So if it's something complex. So for example, like the hoodie that you have on, that was too complex for me at the time that I designed it, right? So I went on Fiverr and then I found a person that does tech packs. And then I just had him you know, make the tech pack for me. And then any type of changes that I need to be made, I make them. And anytime I do it on my own, I just make it in Canva.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's dope, bro. That's fire. Okay. All right. So that's done. You move on to a new manufacturer. I'm guessing this next time you probably get some samples, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. And so how long did it take from the time you found the supplier to the time you ended up getting your full inventory?
Usually it takes about when you get a sample, it depends on the manufacturer, but I can get it 7 days to probably like 14 days. Sometimes maybe like 20 days or whatever, but definitely no longer than 3 weeks for the sample. And then after you place your bulk order, it should take anywhere from 14 to 25 days.
All right, so 14 to 25 days for your bulk order. All right, that's fire. So were you happy that the next time around you were pretty good with the next vendor? Or did it take you a few tries?
No, I was happy with the next vendor. My mentor gave me one of her plugs, and she was just like, try this one. He's fast. Try him out, see how you like it. And then he sent me a sample or whatever, and then I liked the quality and stuff. And that's the manufacturer that did my hoodies and stuff like that. And I still use them to this day.
Word, that's hard, bro. That's fire. So when you were first getting your brand out there, like what was the marketing strategies that were you were using to sell?
So I was doing Instagram. And then I guess like once I started trying to learn more, I guess you would say, I was starting to use Instagram ads and Facebook ads and stuff like that.
Okay.
Hitting the boost button all the time, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just, following, your target audience, little things like that. And
Right.
yeah.
That's good. So, when you were getting like your first sales because obviously this seemed like it took off better than, the first brand that you had. Like, what was the feeling behind that, man? You know what I'm saying? Just to see like, okay, I broke through and stuff is starting to happen for me.
I say for like the first like 6 months, it was kind of like it was spotty, like it would go up, go down, go up, go down. Yeah. And that was because I was still trying to learn like actually like how to position myself like as a big boy brand and things like that. Right. So a lot of the efforts that I was making really wasn't working. You know what I mean? Right. Like I was getting eyes on me and stuff, but the conversions just wasn't like happening like like I wanted to or whatever. And then I didn't understand ads and things like that. So none of the ads was working. I was just like, I was starting to lose faith. I was like, what? Like, what am I going to do? Da, 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 da. And then, back to crying again, stuff like that. And, my mom was just like, you got to try something else. Just da, 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 da. And then I stumbled across TikTok.
Yeah.
And then once I cracked that code, it was a resi. It was easy.
Hey, so yeah. It's moving. So, I think that's good though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll make this transition over to TikTok in a second. But to see that, you were doing organic stuff, you were doing ads, you were spending money, you couldn't find traction, right? And some people, may look at it as, dang, man, maybe my brand isn't good enough or different stuff like that. But for you, it's just really, you had to find the right formula that worked for you, right? And once you found that formula, you started picking up steam. And so, this is, again, there's that perseverance, right? You got a story of perseverance where you just did not stop, right? You didn't throw in the towel. So when you heard about TikTok, did somebody tell you? Were you just hearing it? You was like, I'm gonna go ahead over here and try it out. Like, what was the thing that just kind of attracted you to TikTok?
I don't think nobody told me about TikTok. I think I just stumbled across it or something. I think somebody was posting like funny videos from TikTok or whatever. Yeah. And I was just like, like, what's this? It kind of was like how I stumbled across Vine, right? People would take things from Vine and just post it like on Instagram and things like that. So I was just like, what is TikTok? And then I created an account, started making some videos, and yeah.
All right. So what month did you get on TikTok? What month was that?
I got on TikTok in November.
All right. So you got on November 2020.
Yep.
All right. And you started posting content. How was it posting your first pieces of content? Like, was it kind of awkward too? Because, TikTok, when you look at, in my opinion, when I look at TikTok and Instagram, it's two different types of content. You more entertained on the TikTok side. So how was it kind of like creating that content? Was that natural? Was that something you had to kind of ease into? Like, talk to me about that.
I had to learn TikTok culture, right? So pretty much when I first got up there, again, all I know is Instagram, right? So when I was like a kid, I was like, Instagram was the thing to do. So like taking photos, all of that. Right. So I got on TikTok and I made a piece of content like how I would on Instagram. Right. So I took a meme of like Bobby and Whitney Houston or whatever, and Bobby Brown was shopping, and he was like, "Oh, do y'all got an extra large? I need an XL or whatever." And I thought the content related to my brand, so I posted it on TikTok, thinking, like I had the heat, like, "Oh, this gonna do well. Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown's gonna make them laugh." Da da da. Boom. Fell on flat ears. Nothing happened. Only me saw it. I was just like, okay. And yeah.
Cool. So you did that first one, and that didn't really, you know, that you weren't getting steam. And so, like, you know, did you just come back and, you know, you posting every day, every week? Like, how frequently were you on there just trying to figure it out?
So in my mind, I was still thinking Instagram was king. So, because whenever you talk to entrepreneurs and stuff like that, they only talking about Instagram, right?
Right.
So you seeing people getting all this money and stuff, you know, like, hey, I mean, let me just do Instagram because that's what I know, you know what I mean? And they getting all this money, so why not follow in the direction that they're going in? So keep doing Instagram stuff wasn't working. I would post on TikTok, you know, whenever I felt like it and stuff like that. But one day I was just like, it's not working. Everybody else is doing well on TikTok. What's different from me and different from them?
Right.
So I just consume content over and over and over and over and over. Like I'm talking about like hours at a time.
When you said real quick, Sean, when you said consume content, you talking about other people's content?
Other people's
like
content.
Other brands?
Not other brands, just the culture of TikTok in general. Just just learning, just watching. Like what is it about TikTok? You know what I mean? Just learning. And then I was able to crack the code.
So November is when you get on. How many months? What month in 2021 do you feel like things were just like, okay, I cracked it and I got it?
May.
So from November to May, you consuming, you studying, you trying to figure it out.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So May, in May I had like a video that did my first viral video. It went pretty well. So I was just like, what the hell did I do? You know what I mean? Like, what was it about this piece of content or whatever? And then I just kept studying, noticing certain things like about the comments, you know, the type of followers that was following me, again, the culture, you know, what people are saying on TikTok, the lingo, things like that. And I was like, okay. Then I kept trying to utilize the information I got, and then I went viral again. And I was just like, hold up. Then I called my coach, and I was just like, so I went viral again. I don't know what's happening. I have a thought process behind it. I'm going to give you this template, and I want you to do it, and I want to see what happens. And then my mentor went, you know, her video it did pretty well. And she was like, I don't know what you're doing over there, but I just got a whole bunch of sales and phone numbers and stuff like that. But we're going to have to talk about this some more. So once I figured that out, I was like, all right, bet. And then I went viral about 6 times more, depending on who you ask. And we're 180K strong now.
That's hard, bro. So, you know, with that being said, it's like, one time, all right, it works. But when you are able to like replicate what you do and do it like multiple times over and over and over again, you know, that's just like pure proof of you knowing what you do. So I want to go to your TikTok, bro. Is it okay? Can you show us the video? If I scroll through, do you got the video on there that first went viral? Mm-hmm. All right. So let me go over here real quick, man. I want to pull up your TikTok. All right. So everybody, first off, if you have a TikTok, make sure you go check out my guy, 100Brawn, on TikTok. You see right here, he has 187,000 followers, 1.2 million likes. Finally, a streetwear brand for the big guy. So I don't know how far we got to scroll on here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess this is where it stops. So where things start getting popping for you, man?
Right there. So that video,
this one?
No, right under it, and then
this
to the
one?
left. To the left.
This one.
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit play on this real quick. All right, 1 second. She's about to. Yeah. All right. So that one right there. Okay. So that one right there. Now, what do you about that video? Because we saw. It has a guy coming on there. Let me play it back one more time. That's fire, fam. So when I look at that, bro, you know what I'm saying? I see like you giving like a comparison of like what, you know, type of clothing is out there right now, you know what I'm saying? And then you go into the whole beat. So like, what do you feel the components of that video that just made it do good?
So providing value. So pretty much it's kind of like, you know, showing them like, you know, why should these people like support your brand or why they should buy from you, right? What makes you different from everybody else? When you go look for big guy clothes or whatever, you know, you look like somebody's granddad. I picture somebody's uncle at the cookout flipping the chicken with the open toe sandals. So that's usually what the clothes look like for us, right? So so pretty much I just posted what the industry looked like for us, and then I posted my brand. And then it also provides social proof. So I used the pictures from my customers that I was getting from Instagram and stuff like that, and showing them how they style my clothes and you know, what they thought of my brand and things like that. And then that's why I think it did well.
Right. Okay, and then I want to play one more. So after this one, what was like the second one who did what that did good for you?
Keep going up. I'll tell you. So, all right, you can stop right there. So, right under it,
yeah,
there's like, yeah, that one.
44K. All right. Okay.
Oh Lord.
Dope, bro. And so at this point in time, you know, your followers are going up. Do people click on your website and where they coming over to buy? Like, talk to me about like the how it like translates over to like your store.
So, you know, pretty much like with Shopify, you can see, you know, who's on your website and how many visitors that you was getting a day, right?
Right.
So pretty much what happened was I would post a video and then I was getting orders a little bit more frequently than I'm used to or whatever. So I was like, what's happening? And then I went on Shopify and it was saying like 5,000 people was on my website for that day. And I was like, I wasn't running ads. I wasn't, you know, doing anything paid traffic or whatever. And then I pretty much caught on that it was from TikTok, because what people were doing was they were following me from TikTok to Instagram, and then they would DM me and it was like, bro, I just saw your brand on TikTok. I love it. Thank you for, you know, making clothes for big guys. It's hard. I really appreciate what you're doing. Blah, 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 you know, things like that. And I was just like, wow. So then I just stayed on there. So with that piece of content, I think that did well because I made like comical content about my experience like as a big boy, right? So the video was me in the mall, and as a big guy, you can't buy anything past like a 2XL at the mall. You only getting a hat and some shoes if you're not like, you know, extra large or whatever. So I used the green screen. I put like a picture like of the mall, and then I was just looking confused, like why I'm at the friend at the mall with my skinny friends, knowing I can't buy anything. So big boy saw it on TikTok. They was like, bro, I feel your pain, da 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 da. Then they like, who am I? Then they saw the brand, and then
then it's up from there. It's up and it's stuck, bro. Okay, that's fire, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that is so dope because, you know, traditional Facebook, Instagram, you know, that's where, you know, people have been doing over the past years. And it's like TikTok has given this opportunity for brands and influencers to get noticed without even having to do advertising. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is everybody to mention, all of this is organic, right? Beautiful thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you're 168. So when you were like, no, I don't know, you came, you said in June stuff start kicking off, and then now we're at the end of the year. At that point in time, what was like your follower count? And then at around June of this year.
So I think like after like my first viral video, I probably got to maybe like 10K, like 10,000 followers, like within amount of hours, right? So got to the 10K, did the second one, probably got to about 15, and then probably about to the maybe like to the end of the year. I probably got maybe like to like between 20 and 25.
Right, that's hard. That's fire, and it's just growing and growing from there. Okay, all right. So, like, I know, bro, you have on your website, 100Brawn, you help people, figure out this TikTok thing, and I think that what you're doing is a pure blessing, man, because this is something that's working for you. It's getting you a lot of exposure, and it's like a skill and a skill set that I feel like people need to have. I'm gonna be tapping in, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, if we come over to your website, let me share my screen real fast. What are the types of services or things that you have, bro, to show people how to do this?
So pretty much right now, I was doing like live classes or whatever, but once people like, figured out like who I was and stuff and they was doing it wore me to the ground. So pretty much like I have like TikTok isms video course. Pretty much it just goes over like what TikTok is, my strategy when it goes to going viral, things like that. Certain things I look for and how I find content to make about my business. I do one-on-one. So pretty much anybody who have did my video course or did any of my live classes or is an experienced TikToker, I do one-on-one sessions with them, and we pretty much just make content for the whole hour. And we pretty much talk about like the algorithm, like what I've noticed about the specific person's account, just certain tips and tricks, and just being clever with the content, because wordplay is a big part of your success on TikTok, and a lot of people are taking Instagram culture to TikTok, and it doesn't work.
Right. That's fire, bro. Hey, and then my dog, I see that you got upsells and stuff going on as well. They buy the class, they can go ahead and get some. Yeah, I see the e-commerce in here, man. So yeah, for sure, bro. I'm on it, man. One of those one-on-one sessions, y'all better make sure y'all get y'all, because I'm going to get mine. I'm booking today, straight up, man. So one last thing, real quick. I want to go over to the website one more time because I want to just show everybody outside the courses, just what you got, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, you got these different items. All of these you get in source still from overseas. Is anything made in the US like screen print, or is it all overseas?
T-shirts is made in the US. I'm probably going to transition them over because I want to, add more extended sizes and colors.
Right.
And then certain, joggers or shorts may be done here as well. But everything is outsourced. Like my jewelry, my big body band chain, that was outsourced. Yeah. So yeah, all of that. That's and then again, like that chain was inspired by the 90s. Like, everybody had the Benz back in the day. Like they had the old school Benz, like Jay-Z, Nas, all of them. So that was inspired by that as well.
Right. And how often, are you having to go ahead and re-up and order again?
Probably by every month.
Yeah.
Sometimes a drop can be gone that night. Like my last drop from this past Friday was gone like in an hour.
That's fire. That's dope, bro. So it's just cool, bro, to just see how people are gravitating, and like you said, you'll do a drop and it's just out of there. I think that's fire. And it looks like you're recruiting like models, bro. So you're trying to get people to wear it, or be almost like influencers in the brand.
So, preparing for, the holiday season and everything like that. I want to make some holiday content, and then, body size representation matters, right? So I'm a big guy brand, so I need big guys to be in my clothes. So I want guys that look like me, when I do my content. So, if there's a big boy in the DMV, DM us.
Right. That's hard, fam. Well, look, bro, this was amazing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm super happy for you, man. Of what you built. I think your story, the setbacks, the learning experiences, and you just keep trying things until it's working. And look at you now, man. The brand is thriving. You've carved out your own lane. I just think that is fire, bro. You growing a following, people behind you. And then as I said before, God bless, because now you're taking the stuff that you learned and you giving back, you teaching, you sharing to help other people excel as well. So, man, big salute to you, family. So, like, what's next? Like, you see, 100Brawn over the next, I don't know, 6 months to a year. Like, where you want to take this thing, bro?
So hopefully, we get to 7 figures. Like, I want to be a multi-million-dollar brand one day. I want to be, in stores and stuff like that. Like, I want to be like a common name when we talking about, big and tall or whatever. Like, I want my name to be like thrown in that mix or whatever. So I definitely, that's my goal.
Right, that's fire, family. Well, I know that it's on the way. And one of the last things, your mentor, is your mentor taking new people? We got people asking who your mentor was.
So I don't know if she's taking any people or whatever. She busy. She's very busy or whatever. But definitely, I feel like some good resources for me when I was coming up. My mentor was Ashley from Tones of Melanin, and then also Justin from Support Black Colleges. So those two people definitely been in my corner when I was on the come up.
That's big, man. Y'all make sure y'all go tap in with those two for sure. And many blessings to you, fam. Where can the people find you if they want to follow, they want to go buy some stuff? What can they do?
So my personal Instagram is isms of Sean. And my brand is at 100Brawn, and then www.100Brawn.
Absolutely. Y'all make sure y'all go tap in. And all my brother's information will be below the video. So once we're done, you can tap into his Instagram, Instagram, TikTok, and his website and get connected. And y'all make sure y'all go buy some 100Brawn, you know what I'm saying? And go ahead and book them one-on-ones, them courses. Y'all know y'all need all that, man, straight up. So my brother, many blessings, family. Thank you a ton for putting your fingerprint on the T-Shirt Millionaires live show. This was valuable to everybody. Thank you for taking your time, and we'll definitely be in touch, bro.
All right. Thank you, man.
Absolutely, bro. Be blessed, man. All right. Yes, sir. And another one. Yeah, man. I appreciate my guy, man. He the truth with it. Ari said Sean is the GOAT. Sean is the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I think that this is so valuable, y'all. This is somebody who has went on one of the newer platforms and they have grown a big following. But the thing that I really want y'all to understand, though, you know what I'm saying, to pay attention, we always talk about the riches is in the niches. I really appreciate, because a lot of the times, we'll have people, we'll create niches based off of a mindset or a personality or a demographic or an association or, a job or profession, different stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But my guy carved out a lane based on size. And he said, you know what? It's not for the brands where they do small to extra large and that's it. What about people like me? I'm a cater from XL to 5XL, nothing less. You know what I'm saying? And at that point in time, he's carved out his niche. He's figured out where his audience is. He's learned how to speak to them. He's used, I appreciate, I'm gonna go through the millionaire notes in a second. But my guy, he learned, what'd he say? What my guy learned? He said, where I put it in my notes. I got all these notes. He learned the TikTok culture. And based on that TikTok culture, he figured out how to get his brand popping over there. So listen, man, I think that this is valuable. Y'all go check out his website. Go tap in. Go get that course, man. Go sign up for the one-on-one, man. The prices that he has is amazing. And it's probably worth you learning. You know what I'm saying? Skip McDonald's. Skip whatever you got going on and go buy it. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll be valuable. I know what I'm going to do. So with that being said, let me go ahead and holler at these millionaire notes. And let's talk about the convo real quick as a recap. So my guy, DeShawn Pennix, founder of 100Brawn, he had a brand. It didn't do well, you know what I'm saying, when he ended up starting that brand. It wasn't really getting traction. My guy said that he did it for the wrong reasons. There were a lot of people out there having brands, having a brand was popular, but he was doing it for the wrong reasons. He didn't really even understand what the messaging was behind that, right? He wasn't able to get traction. Stuff wasn't working. So he ended up making a pivot. He was like, okay, I go to the store. They don't usually have my sizes. I'm a big guy. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and cater to, this specific audience right here. At that point in time, my guy ended up naming it 100Brawn because he was like, big, physically strong, right? And then the 100 stands for the 100%. So I really love, just kind of like the branding and the name that he put behind it. After that, basically, I think this was he started in the midst of the pandemic, June 2020. So stuff is slow-mo, people trying to figure it out, all type of stuff happening. And he was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and move forward. He ended up, he had a mentor to be able to guide him, went on to it, right? Start building. I asked him, what was the inspiration? Like, how did he come up with like the brand development, the style, that type of stuff like that? Basically, he was inspired by the 90s. So I want you to understand, like, what are your muse? What are the things that you're inspired by? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are the reference points that you can pull from to be able to like really develop that brand, right? It's a creative process. So he said he started looking at music videos, 112, looking at the colors, looking at the different styles like that. And that's how 100Brawn was curated as far as from a fashion standpoint. All right. So then he said he put his own spin on it. When he started up the store, he had 3 to 5 different pieces of clothing. He didn't, it wasn't too crazy. He had it, started small. But one thing that he said is, he searched like, our SNS activewear, Alpha Broders, Sandmar, these different places. But he realized like, for real, he would probably have to like for the stuff that he wanted, he would have to go overseas. When he went ahead and went overseas, my guy ended up, ordering everything at once. And it was like bad quality. The quality wasn't good. So that's a lesson for everybody too. Like as you're ordering, doing stuff like that, make sure, that you're getting, pretty good quality. Make sure that you're getting samples ahead of time to know that you're getting good quality. That's what you really want to focus on. So he said that he made a mistake. He said he cried for days, about that. But, that's one of those early setbacks where he was like, dang, bro, I done lost out. Like I put some cash on the line. I done lost out on that. But guess what? He didn't stop. And this is the thing, y'all. In this entrepreneur journey, shirtpreneur journey, we never really know like where the blows are gonna come from. You know what I'm saying? You just got to make sure when you get hit, you don't fumble. You know what I'm saying? You just got to keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Keep moving forward. And that's what my guy did. So at that point in time, he ended up stopping with that specific supplier, had to find another supplier. Also to mention, he ended up saying that, he had to learn the measuring. He had to learn the tech packs. He had to, it's a language barrier. So he had to learn that. So it's different things sourcing, out overseas, that he had to figure out to get this process, but ended up getting that stuff. I guess the next supplier ended up working well, right? And then he was basically saying, I think he said like, as far as like the turnaround time, it's like 14 to 25 days when you make like your bulk order and stuff like that. So that's something to pay attention to as well. Then we started moving into the marketing aspect. And so he said that, he was on Instagram, he was posting organically, hashtags, following, started running ads, all these different things like that. But he wasn't getting any traction. He's spending money on ads, not making stuff work, getting discouraged at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? And so I wonder how many of y'all right now at this moment, you're trying, you're figuring it out, you're trying to figure out what works, doing different things, but you're not getting the traction. Don't give up. Especially if like your foundation is stronger. Really, the foundation is the brand, is the messaging there, is the quality there, is the the designs there. If that stuff is there, you know what I'm saying, you got the foundation, you just got to figure out that formula that works for you on the marketing perspective that gets people to buy. And so he was searching for that, kept trying. He said he failed like 6 months. Then around November of 2020, he ends up finding out about TikTok. He goes through the same type of process from, I think he said from November 2020 all the way to June 2021 of this year. He's posting, he's trying to figure stuff out. He hadn't really got a whole lot of traction on TikTok, but then he ends up finding the formula of something that works. And so he's looking at that and he's saying, okay, this thing, it worked. Like, I got traction. Like, this went viral. Like, what about it made it work? And then what my guy said that he did, he said he started studying. He started just going through content, not just like brands and clothing and stuff like that, but understanding, as he said before, the TikTok culture. So he's figuring out what type of stuff are people posting, because what you do over on Instagram and Facebook is not the same thing that he said that you do over on a TikTok. It has to be different. So he's figuring that TikTok culture out. He's studying. And then what does he do? Boom, goes viral again. I think my guy said he went viral about like 6 times. You know what I'm saying? And at that point in time, it's like, you know, he figured out the formula. He passed the formula over, you know, to his mentor. His mentor started getting results. I see some people that was in the chat from earlier today where they ended up working with DeShawn and getting followers and getting some traction. So that's another reason y'all need to go make sure y'all get that book. So I think that's fire. I think that's dope as well. And then he's selling. He's moving forward. He's talking about he do drops. The drops get sold out. He's ordering from overseas probably on a monthly basis because he needs to re-up and restock. And now his brand is moving forward. And he has great aspirations to get his brand in stores, to really be, you know what I'm saying, a pillar like in the big and tall space, you know, multi-million-dollar company. He wants to get his brand out there. And I think that my guy has something very unique and is on his way to grow. I look forward to seeing next year, you know, where he is and what he's done. But I think that this was an amazing story. I truly appreciate him coming. I found a lot of value. As I said, I'm about to tap in because I want to learn. I know nothing at all about how to grow on TikTok. And with everything happening, right, all type of Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that, it's always important for us to be able to diversify. You know what I'm saying? There are, you know, you definitely, I think that there's a big importance on, you know, honing down and finding some channels that really work for you and doubling down. But I think that it's always important to stay open to try different things that work, right? So I think that it's wise to do it and continue to learn. Always be a student. Always learn, right? And that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to be learning. So with that being said, T-Shirt Millionaires family, man, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all a ton for tapping in with me. Y'all know I'm always grateful when y'all come and y'all watch the show, when y'all comment and just really support the guests. I want you to get the most value so you could take these gems and you can go ahead and push them out there into the world. You feel what I'm saying? And implement them in your business and just make stuff happen to bring your T-shirt brand visions to life. So with that being said, until the next one, I look forward to it. As you can see it with your mind's eye, one day you're going to be able to see it with your real eyes. Remember to always dream and keep pressing forward to bring your vision to life. Y'all be blessed. Have a great evening. I'll talk to y'all in the next episode. Peace.